Hey, good day, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, whether you're watching in the morning or the evening. I hope you get a chance to watch this, and that some great things have been shown to me today through the Lord. And I'm going to tell you quickly because we got a lot to cover. I got a whole chapter here, 34 verses, and we're not going to read all of them, but I'm going to do my best to move through it as quickly as possible. And I hope everybody's doing great. Love you, miss you. Can't wait to see you again. We're all back together. So I'm going to share with you today the 5 ways, the 5 secrets to being a happy, fulfilled Christian. This easy. And I believe if you do these 5 things, that you will have just the greatest walk with the Lord and the greatest time with the Lord. And I think there's other things throughout the Bible that we are to do as Christians, but I think these 5 are so key, and that's why the Lord put them together, and that's why he shared them. And I'm going to break it down. So not only do we have to, we're going to go quick here, but not only do we have to do these, we have to do them with the right attitude. So I'm going to share with you the action, and then I'm going to share with you the attitude. And I want you guys to write these down. If you would write these down and carry these with you the rest of your life, I wish I would have learned this when I was young. So this goes for the adults, this goes for the middle schoolers, this goes for everybody who claims to know the Lord. This is how to have a successful life as a Christian and to have a fulfilled life. Here we go. We're going to go fast here. So number 1, and this starts in verse 1 through about verse 4, giving. Giving's number 1. And giving is an outpouring of love to other people. So giving to the needy. But the action is giving. But the attitude, and I've written this down, is anonymously. Give quietly, give secretly, so no one knows. Not even the person that you're giving to, if you can. Some of the greatest things that I've ever seen and known and read about and I've done is to give where nobody knows. And the Lord knows. And He'll bless that. So not that other men can see. So that's number 1, is give, and give anonymously. Number 2 is pray. And this goes into verse 5, and the Lord's Prayer the Lord shares with us the Lord's Prayer here and gives us an example of how to pray. But if you look in verse 5, he says, when you pray, pray in private. And but when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret. And your Father who sees in secret will reward you. So pray privately. Number 1, give anonymously. Number 2, pray privately. And number 3 is fast. And fast is to not eat, to sacrifice eating, so you will spend that time with the Lord. But I also think that there's other things. Fasting is sacrificing things that if it's video games, or if it's TV, or if it's watching YouTube, or if it's playing sports. And there's something that you give up to sacrifice that with time, to spend time with the Lord, to grow closer to Him, and to be to be mindful of things of the Lord and not things of yourself. So something you would enjoy. But when you fast or when you sacrifice, you do it secretly. You don't tell anybody this is what you're doing. You go, well, I'm giving this up, or I'm not eating for 24 hours or 48 hours, or I'm not going to do this. And you just do it quietly, and you do it privately before the Lord. So again, number 1, give anonymously. Number 2, pray privately. Number 3, fast or sacrifice secretly. Number 4, lay up treasures in heaven. So do things on earth like giving to others and like giving of your time, where you do this. When you lay up treasures in heaven, you do this continually. It becomes a habit. So you're not building things on earth that are just going to wither and rust. You're building up for the future and for eternity. And verse 21 here says, for where your treasure is, your treasure's in heaven, not of things on the earth. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So number 4, lay up treasures continually. And number 5, the last one, don't be anxious. Don't worry. And another way to say that is, instead of being anxious, I've said this before, the opposite of fear is faith. And so instead of being anxious, trust God faithfully. And I believe I have a verse here for us. Trust God faithfully. Be anxious for nothing. And so the last verse of this chapter, verse 34, therefore do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble, which means you can't change a thing. It's going to have its own for tomorrow, because you don't know if there's a tomorrow. So you trust in God faithfully. And I just want to recap these really quick. And this is the secret to a happy life. Give anonymously. Pray privately. Fast or sacrifice secretly. Lay up treasures in heaven continually. And trust God faithfully. You do all those things during this time, that this craziness we're having, you'll be happier and you'll be more fulfilled, and you'll be able to help others better, and you'll be able to show Christ. I thank you guys for this time to be able to share this with you, and I'm so excited about it, that the Lord showed this to us today. Can't wait to see you again.